that games are launching on Thursday instead of Friday. Since I'm working less anyway, it's all working out. But so yeah, looking at this footage, I haven't played the game yet. Yeah, anybody saying this game isn't a clear visual upgrade is like delusional. Like I've been saying this from the trailers, but like this is clearly more defined than the Wii version, and coupled with the extra content from the 3DS version, makes this a definitive version of the game. So yeah, and this is a game that's better than last year's Game of the Year, Astro. So I do think that's something I really want to emphasize when as we play through this is that. So is modern mode just so they made it easier? Wow. I mean, to be fair, these games are really hard. I really wonder, like, if that's part of the reason Tropical Freeze didn't do as well as this was because kids couldn't beat it. Because I was struggling with this game around World 7 when I first played it. So I've played this a couple of times on stream over the past couple of years. I've played through it all the way to the end both times, I think. Um, so I have been playing this game a lot, and I really am starting to feel like this is a criminally overlooked RPG, platformer RPG. What do I thought? Yeah, this is a weirdly overlooked platformer in spite of like bringing back Donkey Kong because like everybody sees about like the Tiki Tac tribe and the motion controls. They don't talk about the game itself because if they did, they would have to acknowledge that this is like an amazing game. Like even when it first came out, it was like that. So I think what sets Tropical Freeze apart from that was that like people tried to do the same thing, but it didn't stick. Because like there weren't as many good games in 2014. Like the Gaming Crash had already set in by that point. So like Tropical Freeze was like more noticed by the community, and people began to realize just how good these games actually were. Wow, this looks really good. Didn't he used to have a Rareware hat? The Nintendo hat just seems off to me. There's so much about Diddy Kong that doesn't make any sense because like he's no longer Donkey Kong's nephew, which is something that old school fans. Yeah, this is a great remaster. Look at it. Anyone saying this is a slight upgrade is delusional. This is a really, really good. Holy shit! I hope that my theory is correct and we're gonna get a third game because holy shit, it hasn't even been that long since I played through this, but man, every time I do, yeah, I played Tropical Freeze a while back, and I've been playing a lot of this and Tropical Freeze actually over the past couple of years, and yeah, like people always do this thing where they act that like Tropical Freeze is obviously better, and there's actually quite a bit of I do think you can like argue a little bit either way. I do think Tropical Freeze is better in general, but like I really like the uses of the classic soundtracks and just how like very evocative of the original games this is. Like this is a really good reboot. Like honestly, like I think this might be one of the best reboots Nintendo's ever done because they haven't traditionally had to do a lot of reboots. Um, because usually they can get the original developer back in some way, shape, or form. That hasn't always been possible. But like for DKC, yeah, it was clear that they needed to reboot it because of the Rareware thing, and Retro just owned it when this came out. It was just they did such a great job, and they took so many like creative risks with like the life system and the difficulty, and and just, oh man, it's so good. Yeah, I was really worried about this. Like, I don't know, like how enthusiastic I was for this game when I first saw it. Because I don't think I actually knew it was coming out until it was already here. Oh, man, it's crazy. Yeah, yeah. Tropical Freeze has such long levels that the shorter levels in returns feels kind of off. Man, Tropical Freeze's levels you wish would just go on forever. Like playing this for the first time. Like I remember when I got to World 1 2 and I we started like clinging on to things, like climbing walls and stuff. I realized then that this was like an amazing platformer because there's just so much going on with like the level design and the structure and just like the vibe. Like this isn't just another DKC. It really did like evolve the formula. In a lot of ways, this was probably like the Mario Wonder of its time because it really demonstrated just how 2D platformers are still viable. Because I think a lot of people like managed to successfully damage control New Super Mario Bros. Wii. I don't feel like DKC was ever damage controlled the same way. To be fair though, it wasn't nearly as popular. But yeah, this has to be one of the absolute best Wii games. Like no question. I think it's safe to say it's way better than Prime 3. Um, yeah, I'm very curious if I would like say this is better than Super Mario Galaxy or not. I don't know. My opinion on this game is that it falls off after World 6, and then it becomes kind of a slog. So we'll see if I still feel that way. I don't know. It's did I have I done a top 10 Wii games video? Did I put this on there? I honestly don't remember. I remember what my number one was. Donkey Kong's in it, but it's not a Donkey Kong game. But I don't remember what I put on that list. But yeah, the way this game is being treated right now is like absolutely disgusting. This is like the worst thing I've seen like game journals do in like a long time. Like, oh, I already played that. Like, okay, but did you give lower scores to The Last of Us Part 2? I don't think so. It's like it's just such a giant cope. Like it really is. This idea that like we have to give Nintendo ports lower scores just because like why? Like what's the mindset behind it? Yeah, it's a shit. Like because of this like weird bitching about Donkey Kong 10 years ago, that's why we haven't gotten a new game. So this stuff really matters, you know. Like I've been saying this for a while. Like if you didn't spurg out about Tropical Freeze, if journalists weren't able to, if they didn't downplay the success of this game, right? Like Donkey Kong would have been here to stay. We would have gotten like more spin-off games. We would have gotten like sequels to this. Well, we did get a sequel, but like there could have been all these great things to come out of Donkey Kong if people would just come out and support it. But no. Like at the time, it was like this big controversial thing to be into these like 2D platformers. And like to a certain extent, that is still true. Like just look at what happened with Mario Wonder. You know, people are still like religiously trying to downplay that one. I don't know. I feel like there is an argument to be had that Nintendo was producing too many 2D platformers around this time, but at the same time, they were the only company doing it, so it kind of made sense to kind of do that. Like they had such great success with New Super Mario Bros. It definitely made a lot of sense to do that. But yeah, I guess they did oversaturate the market. But I don't. I love 2D platformers. Like anybody who thinks it's crazy how different this is from like New Super Mario Bros. Or like Yoshi's Woolly World or whatever else. Let's see. And I'm really curious how far we're gonna get to the game before I have to go to bed. Well, I don't have to go to bed tonight. I could just stay up forever. No. I want to go out tonight, so it'll probably be another hour. Oops. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking when I said that like it's debatable whether or not this is better than Tropical Freeze. I think Tropical Freeze is clearly better. Uh, but this did come first, so there was definitely like some room to grow and whatnot. Yeah, one of the things I can't stand is just the weird seething about the Tiki Tat tribe. Like it's just so annoying to see people like act as if these things are some like abomination. Because how dare Nintendo come up with new antagonists, right? Like I don't know. I find it interesting that they wanted to replace the Kremlings because it shows that they're willing to try new ideas, and then they should be willing to do that. You know, Donkey Kong doesn't have to be. Actually, it shouldn't be like Mario in this sense. Like it should try to be its own thing. That's a big part of what gives it its identity. And like the seething about like the Tiki Tac tribe is just it's just like really like what are you hoping to accomplish by complaining about like enemies in a video game? You know, like to me that's like almost as bad as like people complaining about the dancing in New Super Mario Bros. And how like the enemies like dance to the music. It's just like who cares? It's just to me it just feels like a gigantic cope. Like they can't find anything to complain about the game, so they had to like reach and just complain about like jack shit. Oh wow! Oh, that they actually took pity on me there. Okay. Yeah, it's crazy how much they up the ante in the barrel cannons in these games. I don't think people realize just how much better like the barrel cannons and the minecart stages are in these games over the original trilogy. In general, it's like it's really often understated just how much better these games are in general. Like I love the Super Nintendo games. I've actually played them a lot more than this, but like there's no denying that like objectively from like a pure design standpoint, these are way better. It's kind of crazy when you actually like think about it for 2 seconds. But like a lot of people are like really in denial about it because the originals are such classic games and they always have been. But I think this does kind of mark like the beginning of the era when Nintendo was finally starting to like put out games that topped Super Nintendo classics. Because for a long time they really didn't, you know, because they weren't really doing a lot of the same genres they did back then. Like they were so different. Oops. You gotta be kidding me, really? They were so different that like it's really hard to like consider Mario 64 and Mario World the same thing, right? So like it wasn't until like New Super Mario Bros. Came out that we really started talking about like 2D Mario again instead of just being like a Mario game. Oops, here we go. Wow, like the cannons are really challenging in this. Okay, DKC, DKC. Oh shit! Whoa! Holy shit! Oh wow! Kong letters. Amazing. Like people are nostalgic for the originals, and that's fine. Like I love the originals. But yeah, you like we really have to start like acknowledging when games surpass like iconic classics, you know? Like it happened with like Zelda with Breath of the Wild. It happened with like Mario Wonder, being way better than Mario 3. And it happened with Returns and like the Super Nintendo games. Yeah, I've been saying Tropical Freeze is better, specifically is better than the original trilogy for a long time. I wonder if I feel the same way about Returns. I think I do, because I have been coming back to this a lot lately. DK. But yeah, like the main theme of the stream is to just emphasize just how insane that game journos are by like trying to talk down to Donkey Kong Country of all things. Because they really are just like antagonizing platformer fans at this point, propping up Astrobot the way they did. Like no other platformer ever came close, and now downplaying Donkey Kong. Like I'm really curious what they're gonna do when like the new Mario and DK come out and they have to inevitably compare it to Astrobot, because I think you can already see that like Astrobot is not gonna make it on like top 100 lists like ever. So like they gave Astrobot a Game of the Year award that just isn't gonna mean anything in the long run. Like it's legit gonna be like out. Well, first of all, like this game has already outperformed it, like just because of its legacy and its history and stuff like that. But like second of all, like it's gonna get a new like DK is gonna get a new game, like we're gonna get new 3D platformers from Nintendo, and you're gonna see a lot of people beginning pointing out the very obvious fact that like, oh wow, this is way better than Astrobot. It's just like, again, this is just one example, but yeah, I think the minecart stage in the original is better. I mean, to be fair, like I think there are more in this game. To be fair, the one of the originals is really hard. Oh yeah, yeah, I forgot about that. Oh wow, we. Yeah, the levels do feel a little short. I'm so used to tropical freezes like going on for so long. It's weird. Like, yeah, we're probably gonna play like tropical freeze after. I mean, I was intending on playing tropical freeze before this came out, but I didn't have time. Well, I didn't have time because I was I was mashing Y in Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 for like how long did I play that fucking game? How long did I play Marvel? 65 hours in Ace Attorney Investigation. I'm always shocked by how long these games actually are. That's crazy. I remember being like appalled when I saw like Spirit of Justice took me 50. Like, man, that's crazy. 15. Okay, 15 hours. It felt so much longer than that. Like I felt like I put so much more time into Ultimate Alliance 3 than I have like most games recently. And like you have Ace Attorney right there. Like it does not feel like I put that much time into it. And those games do not feel that long. They really don't. I felt like I was breezing through them. Like I felt like me not getting through them was just me like being addicted to like other books and stuff like that. So like playing Ace Attorney just wasn't that appealing to me. Uh, yeah, it's crazy how much time I put into that. Crazy. And I still have like a bunch of other Ace Attorney games to get through. I got to get through like Justice for All and Trials and Tribulations. I want to get through the Great Ace Attorney. I want to play like the Apollo Justice trilogy. Like I'm legit gonna play every Ace Attorney game ever made at this rate. And like how much time I'm gonna spend playing these games? It's just I love Ace Attorney, so I'm not complaining. But Yeah, I remember seeing this thing for the first time and just being baffled at like what the fuck I was looking at. Like, I love how it has a target on its back as if you couldn't figure out what you're supposed to do. To be fair though, it like grows spikes sometimes, so you can't hit it, which is interesting. Yeah, I remember being really surprised at like how difficult this is because New Super Mario Bros. Bosses, yeah, they transform in this game. Like this doesn't happen in Tropical Freeze, but like yeah, bosses in New Super Mario Bros. Like take 3 hits and they're dead. So this is like way harder. Yeah, he has a third form. Yeah. So what the hell is Mugly? I don't. It doesn't look like any animal we've seen before. You think it's gonna become an animal buddy in the third one? Yeah, we got him. Yeah, it's like it's pretty tough. Oh, look at those animations. Oh. Yeah, I'm starting to like the Tiki Tac tribe, you know? Like I really like their whole hypnotism gimmick and I think there's a lot of potential there. Like I'm curious if they'll ever come back. Like that's something that a lot of people don't realize about the tribe is that like they can always come back and like do more stuff. I mean they already kind of have because they're pretty prevalent in the theme park expansion. But yeah, I mean, people need to like get past this mindset that like that Nintendo has to have the Kremlings or like Nintendo has to like do the same thing they've always done because like that just isn't true. That's actually going to be like a part of the video I'm going to produce here soon, like talking about like uh phases and how like things can like come in and out of popularity. Because if you think about it, like Star Fox was huge in the '90s. It isn't huge now. You know, Starfy was big in the 2000s. It's not now. You know, like what was big in the 2000s? I don't think we've gotten out of the 2000s phase yet. Like, I can't believe we're like halfway through the decade. Honestly, it's kind of crazy to think about. Uh, I don't know. 2016 feels like a long time ago. But like it's like the past 4 years have been like a blur for me because like all I'm doing right now is just waiting for the day I become like my book sell enough so I can just actually live a life. So I'm just like that's that's my feeling on that is just like yeah I'm just waiting. I mean to be fair I'm getting more and more subscribers all the time. Like I just cracked like 1900 the other day and now I'm at like oh 06. So like yeah, I think I'm guaranteed to crack 2000 this year. Like my rate like increases exponentially every year. So I'm sure within 5 years I'll be at 10,000. Well, like if I can stick with it that long, I don't know. That's the thing is that like I don't know if like my style of videos is gonna remain viable because it's just like I really don't see myself like covering gaming content for much longer because like it's just the same old thing over and over again. You know, it's shocking how many people are like falling for the fake Nintendo Switch rumors from the same people as like last time. It's just like when I see names like Imran Khan or Piaro, I'm just like, oh yeah, those frauds. But no, a lot of people are taking these jokers seriously, and it's just like I shouldn't have to make videos like explaining to people that like Imran Khan doesn't know what he's talking about, you know? Like I shouldn't have to tell people like not to trust like Kit and Krista, right? But like hello. But like plenty of people do. Like it's just like I don't know. Like I can't make videos on these people talking about them because like that comes off as like overly antagonistic. it's just like people should just know better, you know? Like I shouldn't have to explain to you that like Kit and Krusta, being marketers based in California, didn't know anything about like upcoming Nintendo software or hardware before like until just before they were about to formally unveil it. So to say that like they know something now or like how Nintendo internally like behaves in these situations. Like they don't know shit. Okay, they were not prevalent. They were personalities. You know, like they were like they're fucking YouTubers, which was a mistake. I do think at this point it's safe to say that hiring Kit and Krista was always a bad move. But yeah, like why do we keep listening to these like nobodies? You know, why does anyone care about like they showed Switch 2? Did they? You know, like I was so skeptical about like the leaks that I honestly genuinely don't believe you. I mean, I'm not joking. I think I think I would have been told like someone would have hit me up by now. I'm gonna press X to data on that. They're not gonna unveil like new hardware the day they yeah, the day they release Donkey Kong Country. They're Switch 2, I don't oops. I mean, nothing happened when I last checked, but looks legit. Yeah, we've seen so many like fake images over the past couple of days. Like, yeah, I don't think like again that's my issue with this is that like everyone acts like oh man 100% confirmed. Like, no, I don't think so. I don't know. I'm just so like fed up with the community because like they're not talking about actual games, you know? Like, are they talking about like you know Donkey Kong or like you know Guilty Gear coming out next week? Like, are they doing any of that? Like, no, they're just sitting there like seething about like my Switch. It's just like, oh man, this is Furukawa's first console. How is he gonna screw it up? It's like, huh? Like, I think I think Furukawa knows what he's doing. UFO Fit, never heard of it. No. This game is so fun. Like I'm so good at these games. I kind of breeze through it, but like it's really easy to like not take notice of like how well designed it is. I don't know. I think with like Tropical Freeze, the thing that really sticks out to you is like the spectacle and the visuals. This one is a lot more like low key, and I really like that vibe too. Like it's like New Super Mario Bros. These games are like radically different from each other, even though they like look very superficially similar. Yeah, so people keep complaining about this game not having like new like enough new content, and I'm just kind of like, what exactly would you want? You know, like it's just I think being a re-release is good enough, considering the game's age. Yeah, so people like specifically cited that like today would be the Switch 2 unveiling just to keep people like from talking about Donkey Kong. Unbelievable. Like what? Are they is the Switch going to be revealed the day that like Xenoblade gets revealed like comes out? Like unbelievable. Inspired game list? I don't know. Yeah, it's really difficult to keep up on games right now. I don't know. I have so many like RPGs and like Ace Attorney alone is like murdering me. Oh, here we go. Yes, Rocket Barrel. Oh man, I remember when I got this for the first time and it blew my mind. Like, holy shit. I feel like they put more effort into these stages than the traditional Minecraft stages. You know, that is an enemy I wish we saw more of in Tropical Freeze. What's with the shark? Like, I just love those goofy little. Oh yeah, that's one of the weird things about this game. You can't swim, and there's no ice stages. Yeah, remember when people complained about there not being ice stages, and then they went ahead and made Tropical Freeze? Yeah, I think the idea of like hypnotizing animals on Donkey Kong Island is actually pretty creative. I like that a lot. I don't know if we're gonna 100% the game. I haven't done it in a while. I don't really enjoy it, but that's amazing. Like it's so creative. Okay, this game has like really good moments to it. Yeah, I much prefer Tropical Freeze's longer levels, but I honestly feel like maybe like because levels are shorter, they might like actually be better because they're just all like really impeccably well designed. Returns, yes, it 100%, it 100% is. Yeah, I've been talking about this a lot. Like, why does it feel like in recent years this game keeps getting slept on? It's really weird. Nintendo just dropped the Switch 2 trailer. What's with you people trying to prank me? Like, just okay. Here we go. Oops. Okay. Oh. Okay. Do 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 do. Okay. Oh, Tropical Freeze. Hey, who's playing Tropical Freeze when Returns is out? What the fuck? Okay. You had like 6 years to play Tropical Freeze. What are you doing? I don't know what my friends list are doing sometimes. Yeah, it's weird. Like see, the shit people play sometimes. It's like, wait, why are you playing? Okay, I don't know. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people on my friends list aren't really playing their games right now. I mean, to be fair, like there hasn't been anything big in a while. Like Brothership wasn't like some big heavy thing, so it did well, obviously, but like it wasn't super popular. Then Echoes of Wisdom, I don't think did all that great either. Yeah, what do I normally see people play? It's always the same thing. They're not actually calling it the. They wouldn't actually call it the Switch 2. Woohoo! Do do do. Yeah, that's boring if that's true. Very disappointing. Um, oh, this is a cool boss. Yeah, I love the octopus. It's such a. Damn. Oh, this thing is in Tropical Freeze too, isn't it? Yeah, I forgot it was in this one. Okay. I mean, at the very least, game journals can't do their thing where they like try and like gaslight people, like, "Oh man, it's a confusing name." Um, but yeah, definitely kind of a boring name for sure. Yeah, no originality. Okay, oops. Yeah, I never actually said that like how much I hated the name Switch 2. Here we go. Because that reminds me of the PS2, which was shit. Uh, Throwing away money. Like, what trailer would I react to? You know? Oops. Shit. It's not like they actually uploaded it. Oops. Bum. Okay. How? Okay. Yeah, they have no ideas apparently. Yeah, I'm definitely concerned if Nintendo can't innovate, yeah, they're gonna become stagnant. Yeah, because this is definitely what I did not want was just like a Switch with more power. Like, no, that's unnecessary. So they don't have any real like technological advancements. There's no improvements. Um, no new control schemes. Nothing. Well, hmm. Oh, it's just okay. It just went up. Oh, the PS2 was shit. Oh, wait. Did I just do the same stage again? Like an idiot? Did I do the same stage again? I think I did, yeah. Yeah, sorry I zoned out so much. Yeah, I think we did do this. Shit. Yeah, I zoned out so much. Yeah, I still don't believe there's actually a trailer up. I haven't seen anything. But oh hell yeah. Yeah, I love this stage. You know what? Like I would rather play Donkey Kong Country Returns than like watch a new console video, you know? Like it's a console that's not coming out until what? Like a couple months from now? Well, the end of the year probably. Yeah, do we have a date? Well, I don't know why I'm asking you this. Like, I could just watch it myself if it was up, but uh, sorry, I'm playing Prime Kino right now, you know? Like, they just say 2025. Yeah, probably the end of the year then. Okay, okay. So this year, I guess we should watch it then. Okay, yeah. Why am I even? Okay, let's just watch it then. Let's see. Where the hell is it? Harman Smith. Let's see. Uh, Holy fucking shit, that's boring. Is this a prank? Like, what the hell is that? Okay. Uh, Hang on. First look trailer. Okay, let's look at this. Uh, it, they just made it bigger. Okay, what? Wow, all the things that the regular Switch has. So the kickstand looks even well. To be fair, the original kickstand was flimsy as fuck. I haven't had mine in years, so hopefully this is a better design. Okay, so new Joy-Cons. Okay, yeah, I like the look of the Joy-Cons. Okay. Improved Joy-Cons, I think, are yeah, that is a really interesting. Okay, I like the Joy-Cons. Mm. So they just made it bigger in that step. So no games, they show absolutely nothing of substance. It's just a redesign. Like, what are they gonna play on it? Like, oh, was that a first look at? Was that a first look at the next Mario Kart? Doesn't look much better than 8. Uh, it looks worse than 8, honestly. It looks worse than 8 because it's just a flat track. Play Nintendo Switch 2 exclusive games as well as Nintendo Switch games. Plays both physical and digital Nintendo Switch games, so you will be able to carry over. Okay, that's good. Certain Nintendo Switch games may not be supported on or fully compatible with Nintendo Switch 2. Okay, I'm really. Hmm. What games are those going to be, though? But yeah, I think people really underestimate what this means. Is that a lot of people are going to pick this up and they're going to buy Mario Wonder and they're going to buy Tears of the Kingdom. So those games are going to sell very, very well going into the launch window for Switch 2. But April 2nd. Are you are you April? Are you delusional? You're expecting me to wait until April? Like, holy fucking shit. Wow, to see a single game. Unbelievable. Um uh yeah, I not impressed. Not impressed. It looks like just a rehash. Oops, hang on. Oops. Like, you can't tell me that, like, well, it'll play third party games on it, though. No, it fucking won't. Like, nobody cared. Like, the third parties are not going to put the games on it. It doesn't matter how good the hardware is or how well it does. They're going to, like, they are just not going to put, like, anything people are actually playing on that console. So, yeah. It seems like a completely pointless upgrade, honestly. It really could have just been a revision, honestly. Let's see what we got. Cyberpunk. Uh, yeah, Cyberpunk is irrelevant. Like, oh wait. You can't just keep pounding on the. Okay, you have to wait until it comes by. Okay. Like, it doesn't matter how good the chip is because the third parties aren't going to do shit. And the Nintendo games that are better than like GTA and like COD or whatever are just going to go ignored by the masses. Um, by the unwashed masses. I don't know. It just doesn't feel like they know what they're doing here. Because like everyone's gonna look at that and they're just gonna be like, this is just the same old thing that I already have, and they're just gonna ignore it, just like they do with the current Switch. Like I think what they should have done like immediately is just like, oh yeah, here's GTA 6 running on it. Yes, it is coming day one. Yes, it's gonna have everything. Uh, like that's what they really needed to do, and yeah, I don't see that happening. Like if they don't do that, like it doesn't really matter. There's no point. Because the Switch itself is plenty powerful to run 95% of games that come out. So they're basically just putting out a new Nintendo console that won't be able to run the one game uh, that PlayStation and Xbox owners play. Obviously, the regular Switch can run COD just fine, but like, uh, yeah, Elden Ring, Baldur's Gate 3, like all of that could run on a Switch. But yeah, GTA 6 and like some of the newer like the bigger budget like PS5 games, yeah, probably not. Just because it's like newer hardware, quote unquote. Uh, here we go. Oops. Shit. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Yeah, but then a world too. Yes, so much fun. Mm. At the very least, we can at the very least we can see, YouTubers will stop talking about Switch 2 going forward. I think people don't understand. Like, I think a lot of eShop games are going to be releasing on both Switch and Switch 2. So, like, I think a lot of that is going to be, like, available on the old hardware as well. So I think the original hardware is going to be supported for quite a long while. Like, at the very least, like, through 2025, yeah, the Arlo prediction that it was going to come out in May, I think, is completely debunked. Because the timing of this, yeah, it's going to be at the end of the year. Uh, oops. Outlasted Review Tech USA, yeah. Its prediction? Wait, what? Yeah, it's nice to see, like, it's nice to see Review Tech USA become irrelevant. Like, I'm really not sure how he's gonna, yeah, that's gonna be what, like, all the retarded kids, like, say, is that, like, oh, Switch 2 doesn't have GTA 6? I guess it's not a real next-gen console. It's just, like, and again, it's gonna have, like, dozens of games better than GTA 6. But yeah, good luck getting people to admit that. Like, people still won't admit that, like, 4 and 5 were shit, right? So it's like, I don't know. It feels like it's gonna be a long way off before people start, like, wait, didn't Nintendo Life say there were, like, frame rate drops in this fight? I haven't seen shit. Yeah, just like they destroyed the last one. Holy fucking shit. Like, Crobcat failed so hard at, like, damage controlling the original Switch that it wasn't even funny. You know, it was like, and he tried, like, he really put, like, a ton of effort into, like, trying to gaslight people into thinking they were, like, failing day one and stuff like that, and just like, okay, hell, but yeah, maybe I'll, like, just take the old Switch and leave it at grandma's house for the kids to use it. There he goes. Once I transfer all my data over, of course. Valve will copy. Yeah, like, how exactly is Valve, like, I don't know. Like, again, what you have to understand about me just being disappointed in this. Um, like, I'm not saying the Switch is gonna fail or anything. Like, actually the opposite. It's definitely gonna win. It's definitely going to be a huge success. It's gonna stomp the PlayStation, Xbox, the Limp Deck. It's gonna do really, really well. Like, my issue with it, though, is that, like, it just doesn't feel like they're really innovating, you know? And I think they really should have. But I don't know, maybe, like, the software and, like, the operating the UI is different. What leaks? I didn't see any leaks. So yeah, well, like for me, like they really should have just like done it direct and like showed off the games. Like I don't understand like the point of like doing like the announcement trailer. I don't know. Probably just to like do the name reveal and stuff like that, and like just show off the what the hardware looks like. But yeah, for me, like the hardware is pointless. It's just like I imagine a lot of the games we're gonna see day one could like easily run on a Switch, and I think a lot of them will. Because like they did say that like there will be Switch 2 games, but like there will be Switch 2 exclusives, but like I think a lot of them are gonna be cross-platform. Um, yeah, this is a Game Boy Color revision, isn't it? Yeah, it's more like a slight power upgrade as opposed to like really a new console. Okay. Okay, okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, from that perspective, okay. Yeah. So this is a Game Boy okay, so this is extending the life cycle of the Switch. Okay. That's interesting. Okay, so this is a kind of a Game Boy Color deal. Okay. Yeah, I'm a big fan of the Game Boy Color, so. Yeah, maybe it won't be so bad. The third best-selling console. Try the best-selling. Because like those PS2 numbers are fake. But yeah. So yeah, yeah. So this is more of a hardware revision than a new console. Okay. So yeah, maybe Switch 2 will only last like 3 years, and then we get like the real new console. Okay. Yeah, like the Game Boy Color was like that. The Game Boy Advance was like that. Okay, yeah, yeah. They can technically just put out more new hardware whenever. Okay. Yeah, they don't need to be limited by the traditional 6 year dev cycle. Okay, okay. So they're extending the life cycle of the Switch. Okay. So it's a. Hmm. All right, that's interesting. And I love this game. Yeah, two screens. Yeah. Yeah, that's gonna be the big thing for me, like going forward, is like when are we gonna get DS support and when are we gonna get like GameCube games? To me, right now, it feels like neither of those things are really that close to happening. But we'll see. Here we go. But again, this is what I said would happen is that they were gonna do an announcement early on in the year, and they would release it at the holiday season. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Oh, I wonder what Maelstrom is saying about this. Ugh. The ultimate video game console. I don't know if that's really necessary because they're always gonna like. There's always gonna be new stuff coming out, new technology. And again, like I just don't see that out of the Switch 2. Like, what is this thing gonna do that the Switch 1 can't? Is kind of my thing. And you can't tell me that like, oh, it'll play better games because like all the games that are getting made could easily run on a Switch. It's just there's no real reason to upgrade. I think. There we go. Oops. Here we go. Oops. Shit. Ah, damn it. I remember. Man, I love this. Like, when I first saw this, I was just like, oh, that's just so clever. I got him. Boosh. Like, what frame rate problems are you seeing in games? It's like there's nothing like that. Yeah, whenever I see people like complaining about frame rate drops, I just assume uh they're just making it up. Or that they're playing on while a game is downloading in the background. Cause like Because it's like the go-to excuse to downplay Switch games right now is to uh, is to say it has frame rate drops, even though it's like never actually true. You know, Brothership was like that. This was like that. Echoes of Wisdom was like that. Yeah, yeah. Remember when people were complaining about the performance in that game? Like, yeah, it's crazy. Uh, Man, this game is so addicting. It's such a nice like casual playthrough. It's not an easy game at all, but like just playing through it and just being like, oh yeah, it's so cool. Like I love the colors and the vibrancy and just the general structure. Like I don't know, I like the fact it's more straightforward than like Tropical Freeze. Like Tropical Freeze has like so much shit going on all the time and another B stage, really? Raleigh is a confirmed fraud. Like weren't there like a lot of these guys who like oops. I don't know. Like anybody saying the leaks were true, like clearly doesn't know what these people are like because these guys have been saying that the Switch 2 is going to get announced for like the past like 8 years. So I wouldn't I wouldn't take anything these people say seriously. Harman noticed me? Wait, who? Who is? Yeah, so I really did not see any of the leaks. I deliberately don't pay attention to them because I know they're all fake and they don't know what they're talking about. Shit. Yeah, fuck you, Cal. That's so charming. Uh, so yeah, Switch 2 at the end of the year, huh? Hmm. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to like not get my gaming PC. Yeah, so it's April 2nd. When is April 2nd, by the way? I should schedule that live stream. April 2nd. Yeah, it's January. April 2nd? Wednesday? Are you fucking kidding me? I guess I could take time off for that day. Uh, like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, when is it gonna happen? Yeah, so this is basically just a direct announcement. Ugh. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll change my mind by the time they actually show it off, but yeah, I'm not super enthusiastic about it at this stage. Like, where are the fucking games? Like, it's just. Uh... Yeah, weren't people talking about like Tekken 8 on Switch too? That'll be really interesting if it happens. Considering what a certain individual has been saying about Tekken on my community post tabs. If you've been paying attention to that, like, no, Tekken 8, it's never gonna be on Nintendo ever. It's just like, come on. Yeah, it'll be nice to see Tekken come back to Nintendo. So, not that it ever shouldn't. Tekken 7 really should have been on Switch. I've been saying that for years. I'll never forgive Harada for that. I'm very outspoken about that. Um, yeah, I don't know how much longer like they can keep like doing the whole like ignoring Nintendo thing because it's just not working out for them at all. It's crazy. Oh wow, yeah, it actually has that temple theme from the original. Oh man, I love that. I love the reorchestrated soundtrack in this. It's so good. The soundtrack in the original games are so good anyway, but um, yeah, it's crazy how many of these levels I remember. I mean, I guess I have like played through this several times recently, but like Bayo 3 did. Yeah, yeah, I felt the same way about Bayo 3, come to think of it. Yeah. Yeah, Platinum had like a bad track record, we saw Viola for the first time. I hated that shit, and then it was actually better than 2. So, yeah, I imagine that's what's going to happen. I have a very hard time believing I'm going to hate the console, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. It seems like a Game Boy Color thing to me. Like I don't really see it as a new console at this point. Well, you have to understand about this. Like, marketing material has already gone out, so like they weren't really leaks. They were like, it was things that were already available in certain industries because they had to prepare the marketing stuff and they had to get retailers ready. So yeah, it's probably been out in the wild for a while. So yeah, they're not really leaks if the information is going to get revealed soon publicly anyway. So yeah, there were no leaks for the Switch 2. Here we go. Nintendo Switch is gonna last another year at the very least. It's gonna be a while until the console actually comes out. So yeah, an 8-year cycle. So yeah, Switch is gonna have one last solid year on the top, and then it's gonna be Switch 2's time to shine. So we'll see how that goes. Wait, hang on. What? I never understood like game journos and their autistic hatred of like blowing things in this game. Like I don't understand why that triggers their autism so much because it's not that big of a deal. Like every time I do it, I'm just kind of like people dock points from this game for this. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, Switch isn't going anywhere. 100%. So like I don't know. Is it possible it could come out in October instead of November? Because I feel like November seems to be like the go-to release date for these things, but Call of Duty is releasing for it. Yeah, it'll be nice like actually getting like good game announcements again. Yeah, that's what like Sean Malmstrom was trying to tell people was that like, oh, Nintendo has to de-wokify their launch game lineup for the Switch 2. I'm just like, who are you trying to fool? Yeah, they didn't announce anything. They didn't announce shit. Like other than like the date when they're going to announce something. It's like okay. Yeah, that trailer was awful compared to the original teaser trailer. By the way, the original teaser trailer, the narrative was that this was going to be a super powerful like home console, and it just wasn't. But yeah, that trailer, like it showed an actual game. It showed like its unique feature. Like it got the point across very well, as opposed to this, where it's just like it's the same thing again. Like, they didn't have to just show a new feature. Like, just don't show that. Like, oh man, the screen is slightly bigger. Like, yeah, I never bought an OLED because like I didn't care about a bigger screen. Like, this is the same deal, you know? Like, why would I do it? Metal Gear Solid 3 lands on it? Oh, that would be cool, yeah. That would be crazy if like if that happens and then we get like it does best on Switch and we get new Metal Gear games going forward. That'd be amazing if that happens. Like I was wondering this when we were like talking about Fukushima and how he was like the real mastermind behind MGS. Like do you think it's possible we could get him back to like write a new Metal Gear? Because like all you would have to do to make a Metal Gear game better than Kojima is like just make a normal stealth game and have Fukushima write it. Like that's it. Because like you don't need Kojima for anything. Like he's not the end all be all to the franchise, in spite of what you've been told by game journalists. Also going to be overpowered. We don't know any. We don't know. That's the point. Like did they make it overpowered? Is it too expensive? Like these are real questions we have to talk about. And no, I don't know. Delta can run on the Switch 1? Yeah, it probably could, honestly. Like, I'm playing Metal Gear Solid 3 on a Switch right now, so yeah. Oops. Like, I'm playing the game already before it even came out, so, yeah, complaining about the boss. Harman is like the evil Scott the Woz. Don't compare me to that Joker. Yeah, that's not a good thing because it's too expensive at that price range. Like, we all agree that, like, $700 was too steep for the PS5 Pro, and I think, yeah, Nintendo's never, I don't think they've ever released a console at 400, so, uh, yeah, that's way too much. I mean, I can afford it, but it's like for like kids, yeah, like it has to be affordable. Like Iwata understood this, and like I feel like yeah, I feel like Furukawa's making the same mistake they did with the Wii U, where like, oh, make it powerful and we'll put games on it, and then they just don't. The third parties, I mean, if you fairly criticize, yeah, yeah, Harman Smith, the Nintendo fanboy who hates the Switch too. Wait a minute, this thing's fucking Kazooie, isn't it? Wait a minute, is it? That, is this? I think this is Kazooie, right? Is this one of her eggs? Okay. Hey, it's like Super Mario World, only not quite as good. Yeah, you should sell the console at a reasonable price and then make the money back on the games. That's what you should do. Making the console too expensive just drive people away. No, no, wait, hang on. Yeah, they're not discontinuing the Switch One. I think that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna have like the premium Switch Two, which is gonna coexist with the Switch One, because as they've already confirmed, it's gonna be backwards compatible with Switch One games. So the Switch One is gonna continue to be supported. It's gonna be the budget option. Okay, so the Switch generation isn't over yet. Okay, so it's gonna continue. Okay. Okay, this is definitely an interesting situation. Yeah, they're definitely doing things a little bit differently this time, which is one of the reasons I'm so confused. Like the naming scheme is weird. The new 3DS. Yeah, I think this is what this is essentially just a new 3DS, because it's the same thing. It's like a better it's a better revision, more expensive product with slightly better like hardware, and yeah, like the generation is still ongoing. Because the new 3DS had exclusive games too. Yeah, like they didn't call like the Super Nintendo the NES 2. They called it the Super Nintendo, which is a way cooler name. Like that's so uninspired. Like, oh yeah, we're gonna making a sequel to our console. What do we call it? This the two. What? Like, come up with something cool. Like, Switch. Rickety rails. Okay. It was 100% better. The Super Nintendo is like the coolest name for a console ever, right? Nothing ever even really comes any close. Nothing ever really came close to that. The Nintendo 64, like awesome. Like the Switch 2, like the Game Boy Color, awesome. I don't know, like I guess we have to just yeah, this basically is just like the Switch Color is kind of my taking on those. So yeah, the Switch generation is continuing. So the Switch is pretty much guaranteed to outsell the PS2. Well, I mean, not that it hasn't already, but like officially outsell the PS2 because like the generation is going to continue. Well, on paper, outsell the PS2. Like on paper, outsell the PS2. Because this is the same console generation. So yeah, like this year we're 100% gonna do it. Like I don't know how Sony's gonna like bolster their numbers. They'll probably like make up some bullshit about like the Switch only selling because of the Switch One only selling because it got a price cut or something. But Microsoft comes up with the worst names for consoles ever. Like the Xbox One is like the single most like confusing title ever, especially considering like people referred to like the original Xbox as the one back in the day. So like the Xbox One is like the worst console name of all time, like bar none. Um, Wait, did they remake that level of like? Holy shit. This is basically a remake of that shitty like second minecart stage in Donkey Kong Country 1. Oh man, like you get to jump outside of the minecart. Well, like if you actually look at the metrics that actually matter, game sales, like the Switch raped the PS2 a long time ago. Um, but like Sony keeps inflating like the actual hardware sales to try and stay ahead of the Switch, which isn't gonna work. But like, yeah, like the actual games have like far outstripped the PS2s. And the cope right now is that like the PS2 had such variety that like everyone was playing different games, but that's just a giant cope because like the Switch has a way better library. Yeah, like Sony and like Nintendo's not gonna win because they like produced a high quality product. They're gonna win because like Sony and Microsoft have been fucking up for like 25 years. Not that they were ever successful, but like they're at the point now where like they just can't remain competitive. Like they're basically only coasting off like GTA, COD, and like Fortnite. Like that's it. Like take that away from them and they just have nothing. And it's very possible we're gonna get like COD and GTA on Switch too. So Like Edgeworth? Oh, come on. Don't compare my guy to fucking Sony. And this game is so chill to just play. Like, man, I can't believe we're already at World 4. Yeah, there's so many great gimmicks in these game stages. Yeah, they actually made an entire world filled with nothing but like minecart and barrel cannon stages. Unbelievable. Like I loved this back in the day because like DKC only has two minecart stages, and here they had like so many more, and they're all reasonably good too. Like you don't have the shitty one from DKC. None of them are that bad. But I don't think any of them are as good as like the original either. The game has a lot of replay value. Yeah, like there's a lot of collectibles and wait, what? I guess we could just take the secret path just because. Frail old grandpa. Is there nothing to get other than like the key path? I hate the way this works. Well, like Sony and Microsoft are already third party. They're already like reliant on PC gamers to subsidize their games. Like they're trying to do this thing where they're like trying to force them to sign into their account systems or whatever. PlayStation got in trouble for doing that. But it's not going to work. PlayStation gamers are not going to get ads for PlayStation games in their inbox and like go out and buy a PlayStation. It just isn't going to happen. They're just going to wait for the PC port. So yeah, they're pretty much already finished. Nintendo has essentially won the console war. Like this is kind of what I mean when I say that like the Switch didn't need to be replaced because like what exactly are they competing with? Like yeah. So I'm not sure what the competition for Nintendo is going to look like going forward because like Tencent has imploded. Genshin Impact has like crashed and burned, right? Like Fortnite is on Switch. It's like Valve isn't relevant. It's like right now the big hope is like, well, the PC gamer released an interview with some guy who says that PC gaming is making way more money than consoles. And meanwhile, in reality, Nintendo doesn't even like publicly release their digital sales numbers. So all the sales numbers you see from games are physical sales. So that's actually probably why Tears of the Kingdom's like sales are so weird, is because more people are buying digital. So yeah, like you have no idea how much Nintendo is raking in right now with like digital like costing less than yeah, 24 players, yeah. Like it's been a long time since the last Mario Kart game. It was a big deal when they had like 12 players, so 24 is gonna be crazy. Yeah, like I remember like 30 was like the big like number for F-Zero to hit. So that's gonna be crazy when they reveal that. And it's there is an F-Zero game in development, by the way. Um it's gonna be crazy when they reveal that, and it's gonna have like 30 player online play, which 100% is gonna happen. So that's yeah, that's gonna be a big deal, I think. Yeah, F-Zero is gonna be that's gonna be really interesting when it gets unveiled because I'm really curious how well it's gonna do because I think like it might be a really popular thing if they like leverage it properly. Because like the battle royale thing, death race, like they could seriously like do that and just have this really intense just like online mode. It is I think that would be like really appealing to people. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Yeah, so I guess on the second we're gonna. Yeah, win on the second though. Am I gonna have to get up early, stay up late, take the day off? Like, what am I gonna do? Astrobot? Like, my thoughts are that the awards are rigged. I've been saying this for years. The awards don't matter. Like, Astrobot sold like 1.5 million units. There was no like noticeable uptick in interest after that award was bought and paid for. So like, no, the Astrobot's irrelevant. Like, not only can it not compete with Mario, it can't compete with even like C-string Nintendo platformers. Fucking Yoshi's New Island outperformed it. If that tells you anything. Release date? Yeah, we're 100% getting a release date in April. Um, I mean, they're gonna announce the release date in April. Excuse me. They're gonna announce it. They're gonna show off the games. Hopefully, some new hardware stuff. They are not good. Like, okay, I love this world in general, but like, I think I just like the boss. Like, just the fact like you're fighting a bunch of moles on a train. These are kind of like the moles in the Mario RPG, aren't they? Holy fucking shit! It's a banjo. Yeah, didn't people like spurg out about yeah, didn't people spurg out about like the Tiki Tac tribe being instruments? Like, no, you can't take them seriously. Like, what? And there's so many like autistic things about this game that I just like that are just coming back to me as I play it. Like, if you think about it, like people have been seething about this game for. Yeah, I hate this boss. What do you mean I can't just go over there and jump on top of him? Okay. How many of these assholes are there? Wait, wow, that was awfully convenient. Where did these other cards come from? Wait, so he's doing the same thing that like the moles do in like Super Mario Bros. 3 on the airships, where like he throws the weird sickle thing at you. So like, are these supposed to be Monty moles? Yeah, not a big boss fights, a fan of the boss fights in this game. A lot of them just come off as kind of gimmicky and just kind of annoying. Uh, yeah, I think it took me 4 hours to get through like to get to World 4 and Tropical Freeze back in the day. It's such a longer game. It's kind of crazy. Oops, shit. Yeah, not a fan of the stage. Like it's just not a fun fight. Yeah, Tropical Freeze in general has like way better boss fights. I think the fish one is kind of lame, but like other than that, they're all pretty good. And they have like way better designs too. I probably should go to bed. Man, yeah, I gotta get up tomorrow if I'm gonna go out. I don't know. I'm having fun and like yeah, maybe we should play something else. I kind of want to maybe. What else do we have? Yeah, I'll have to look at the eShop tonight and see if like there's anything I can pick up. I I'm gonna get like Guilty Gear Strive, but I was considering that maybe I should buy like a cheap indie game or something, like Tomba or something, because I keep feeling like I'm running out of games to play. I don't know, that's not really true, but yeah, after I finish Ace Attorney, I'm not sure. Like I'm gonna have like, yeah, I'll be playing through another Code R and Master Detective Raincoat and like all this shit. Yeah, when's Last Stand Academy coming out? Like, was that has that come out already? Surely not. I haven't seen it on the. Yeah, there's a lot of like confirmed Switch games coming out like later this year that people aren't really talking about, like stuff like Deca Police and Layton and uh yeah, like Last Stand Academy. I hate the fact that I am 100% gonna play that garbage. Like, I don't know anything about Last Stand Academy, but it's from the guys who made Danganronpa, so it has to be absolute bullshit. And I'm gonna play it anyway because I'm like, oh shit, that's the same trick, Valis. I think I'm too tired to play Valis. I bought Valis Collection 2, so I'm definitely gonna play it at some point. I love Valis. I was just thinking like today, just how it's like such a great game for me. Um, I really, I really should like try and make something like it in my books, for my books. I just really like the vibe and the whole badass magical girl thing. Like my thing with like magical girls, I like the concept, but like I really hate like the cutesy and like the cutesiness and like uh the female orient the fact that they're made for girls basically, as opposed to like making them cool and interesting, like Valis is. Because Valis is really cool. Uh, I keep talking shit about Sailor Moon, but I still don't know anything about it. I don't know. Like I keep saying this that like I just the fucking fan, like the weird ass like fucking fans, like just makes me never want to engage with them ever. Like every time I think of Sailor Moon, I think of like Pro Jared like dressed as like Sailor Neptune. It's Neptune, right? I still don't know the girls' names. That's how little I know about it. I don't even know like wait, which girl is that? It's the one with like blue hair. Samus is a magical girl? Oh, don't give me that bullshit. No. No way. Yeah, just wait for that like alternate like Metroid thing. Like, oh yeah, Samus is a magical girl. Like, I simped for Anya? What? What are you talking about? What the hell are you talking about? That- Yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about. Like, what? Yeah, if any like Spy Family character is like represented in my work, it's gonna be Your Fortune. Actually, yeah, I think there is gonna be a character in the Cattle Have Fangs that's influenced by Your Forger. Like I don't know what's with you people and your like a belief that I'm obsessed with Anya. Like I like your. I've been very clear about that. Yeah, I have no patience for people who like fetishize Anya or Becky Blackwell. I don't care for that at all. Some sped reaching for a gotcha. I know, right? What the fuck is Club Doom? It sounds like some autistic coalition of 14-year-olds. I'm beating the shit out of Banjo. Almost as badly as Rare where I beat the shit out of Banjo 3E. Okay. Just didn't enjoy it at all. Well, you have no taste. Spy Family is like way better than most popular manga series. It's way better than Chainsaw Man. It's way better than JoJo's. It's way better than Hunter x Hunter. Way better than what's another one? Uh, yeah, people really don't understand how good Spy Family actually is. I think because like it's so like its vibe is so like it's so grounded. Like it's not really like like it's more about like family dynamics and stuff like that as opposed to like having like this big overarching plot. But that's what makes it so interesting. Oh, we actually transitioned from the last world to the next one. Okay. I don't think I've ever noticed that. Wow. Yeah, I'm a big Spy Family fan. I actually the new volume just came out and I should probably read it. Yeah, I you can't yeah, the updates are really slow. I feel like the people who see about Spy Family are just like raging leftists who can't handle the fact that like something so conservative core is so popular. I think the anime is actually better than the manga, to be honest with you. I think like the anime adaptation really adds a lot to it. Yeah, the anime is like really good. But yeah, like everything people say about like my interest in Spy Family is not true. And from what I've been told, like I don't really pay attention to what people speculate on in regards to that. But like yeah, the weird like idea that people have that like I fetishize Anya, that's not true at all. Oops. Your appreciation for Spy Family grows the more mature you are. Hmm. I would say so, yeah. I don't know. I hate to imply that I'm more mature than other people. I don't know. I feel like I still have a lot of growing to do. Those who are not attracted to your forger are not heterosexual. I know, right? She's amazing. Yeah, best woman for sure. It's nice having like a waifu character who is like an actual woman for once instead of like an underage girl. Here we go. I don't know. I just love your I love her so much. Okay. Yeah, Spy Family seems to be like targeted at kids and their parents, not like teenagers. So like those are the people who are like spurging out about, oh man, Chainsaw Man, it's so deep. Like I don't know. Like Chainsaw Spy Family gets better and better as it goes on. Chainsaw Man gets worse. It's really interesting, kind of seeing like the dichotomy, like the failings of like this degenerate like man child, like depraved like fucking retard versus like the Chad like Spy Family guy. Like I heard somewhere he's like openly against like LGBT indoctrination in Japan. Is that true? If it is, that's like unbelievably based. Because we keep getting told that like the Japanese are perfectly okay with like homosexuality, which I know is not really true at all. Oops. Like people make the same point, like, oh, there was a lesbian couple in Sailor Moon. Like, yeah, we have gay couples and in comics. Like, it doesn't make them popular. Yeah, I really just feel like it's just a shitty fetish. The Incredibles. I don't think The Incredibles is as good as Spy Family. I really don't. Because the Western like the big reason why Spy Family is better than any other like family drama family oriented series from the West is because like they're actually willing to showcase like why having a family is appealing. Right? When you look at like The Incredibles or like The Simpsons or Family Guy, it's always like, oh man, my kids are so annoying, they're so shit. Oh man, like American Beauty, really good example of that. Nick Rekieta became who he was because of that fucking movie. Like they really push this idea that like you should neglect your kids and like there's this toxic like there's something wrong with America, but like it's actually just the creators. Normal people don't act like this. And yeah, Spy Family feels so much more like real because it understands why this is why having a family is so important and appealing to people, why you have to do it, even if you think you don't want to, which is a really good message to have, I think. But yeah, I cannot get over just how much better Spy Family is than that Simpsons shit. Like, get the fuck out of here. Modern Family is a great representation. Oh, wait a minute, is that the really woke one with like all like the faggotry and like yeah, every like Western depiction of like a family unit is like deliberately dysfunctional as fuck. It's like trying to gaslight you into not having kids. When are we getting like damn it. I don't know. I really need to do that. I really do. But like yeah, I've legit lost interest in Rakita at this point. Like I don't cover him. I don't watch Alyssa clips. There's nothing. Yeah, so that yeah, so well, there's no such thing as a gay family because gays can't have kids. But uh, yeah, I'm a big Killer 7 fan. Yeah, it's really not fine at all. Um, no, no. In the TV show, they have a child. Realistically, they would be like raping it all the time. Like it's like you don't know how this actually works. Like it's not real. Okay. Boom, bum, 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 bum. Yeah, what's like the statistic that like 70% of like children raised by same sex couples are abused in some way? It's something insane like that. It's probably way higher than that, but I think that's a cope. I really do. Uh, yeah, I feel like if you haven't if you don't want kids, you just haven't spent enough time around them. There he goes. Do 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 do. Am I really gonna get to World Six? Wow. Right now, I'm just focused on like getting out of the workforce. I think is the most important thing. Um, like I need to be focused on my creative stuff, and that's what I really want. So, yeah, I think I should probably go to bed. Yeah, I'm making obvious mistakes. Man, I was not expecting to play this far in. Um, yeah, don't waste your time. Yeah, I'm not going to. Like, I don't know. Like, I have noticed that like people who say that they don't want kids are just lying to you. Like, especially if it's a woman. Like, women lie about that shit like all the fucking time. It's just such a it's just such a gigacope. It saves automatically, right? I honestly have no idea. I just lost all my progress. Yeah, 32%. Wow. Yeah, we really like blasted through it. Uh, hmm. Yu-Gi-Oh. Man, I really should go to bed. Yeah, I've been streaming for 2 hours. Uh, I I'm making plenty of money. My personal problems at this point essentially amount to my background being like all kinds of fucked up. Because I didn't have stability until relatively recently. So yeah, I feel like I've already kind of yeah, I'm where I need to be financially. It's just a matter of like not having like family support and stuff like that. I don't like the fact that like uh, there won't be any grandparents involved on my side of the family. That's a big thing for me. Um, so like I'm really struggling with that. The fact that like my parents won't be there is something I'm not really optimistic about. So for me, it's not really a financial issue. It's just I don't know. I want to make sure I do the best I can. Yeah, probably. I don't even know why I booted this up. I should have just gone to bed. I don't know. Like I want to get through this game so I can like play something else, but I mean not that I'm not enjoying this, but yeah, I got wrecked against that boss. So I'm gonna have to like grind again. Like well, you should be responsible about it, but like lying to yourself and saying you don't want kids is That's not doing yourself any favors. Like when people say they don't want kids, what they mean is that they don't want the responsibility. Because obviously, like having kids is appealing, but so they're not being like genuine about like what they actually want. Because like the reason they don't want kids is just so they can like have fun for a little bit longer. Here we go. I don't know how I'm gonna get back. Like I'm so lost. Wow, I got completely lost. Unbelievable. Yeah, but that ends eventually, right? Like a lot of people just don't actually prepare for that eventuality, and they just think they'll feel that way forever, and then they just suddenly stop. Like I said, don't take people seriously when they say they don't want kids. Yeah, I think we're done. I only booted this up so I could grind a bit, but man, I hate the fact that I. Yep, I was working all night and I started firing. I fired up a stream and I played and I had fun, but nope, I had to go to bed because. Anyway, thank you all for tuning in, and